fight him was so perfect too. The timing of that.
Yeah.
And that knee on the fucking cheekbone.
Yeah. It was a good fight.
It was a beautiful fight.
Yeah.
And how satisfying was that for you to come back from the first fight that you guys had?
It was good. It was good, but that guy's face on the right. I think it's the matchmaker Rick. He's hilarious. For me, after the first fight I had with him, I went through, like, I think 2019. I think it was 2019. 2020 was a huge, like, shift in my life, you know, that affected me differently and my mindset. And so when I lost that first fight to him, I wasn't mad about losing. I was mad about I put so much pressure on myself about being perfect. And it just drove me insane. Like, everything I want to do is perfect. I still had that in me, but...
In what way? What do you mean?
So, I don't know, like, I felt like... I remember being in the hotel room, and we watched the fight, and then I felt like it was just after COVID. So my sister passed during... I was getting ready for a fight, right? This is where it kind of stemmed from. So I was getting ready for a fight. My sister, she died, and then seeing her pass, and then seeing basically the end game of life, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, being there and seeing her just, like, she's there, and then seeing her go through the trauma, and then her being gone, and then seeing the traumatic, how it affected my mom. And after... You know, I remember when everything happened, I was in the hospital, and I was like, "You guys need help clean up all this blood? Because I can help." And she goes, "Honey, that's okay. Just go home." I was like, "All right, Mom, I love you. Let me know if you need me." I go home, started bawling. My wife's there. I mean, that was a huge movement in my life where I was like, "That's fucking end game. Like, doesn't matter what you've done before. You can either go peaceful, you go, you know, traumatic, right?" So that happened, and then it was pointing me. I was like, "Damn." Like, I called Matt. I was like, "Hey, I'm not gonna be in training today. I gotta go bury my sister," right? And I took a step back and I was like, "Fuck, man, I'm always training for a fight. And my sister just died, and I can't go train because I gotta go bury her." But there was like weird shit to my mind. I was like, I'm always getting ready for a fight. And then I went and fought, won the World Grand Prix. Fast forward, getting ready to fight Adriano. We go through COVID-19, right? All the gyms are shut down. Our gym kind of like, we got relocated, so there's only 3 of us training, and then I fight Adriano, and the game plan was there, but I just felt like I wasn't. Matt even said after I came back from the knockout, he was like, "You know, when you left, I wasn't comfortable where you were at. Like, when you left, I was like, you're just gonna have to fight through this. You're gonna have to get through it." And then sitting in the hotel room, and I was like, why am I putting this stress on myself? Why? For what? And then that was like kind of like a snapping period. Then when I fought Rodtang, I was like, everybody's so worried about winning and losing. Why?
Because you're gonna die someday.
You're gonna die someday.
Right.
So why the fuck do you worry about winning and losing? Are you having fun?
That's right.
Yeah. Okay, perfect. Who cares if you win or lose? So when I went there to fight him, I was like, all right. You know, I told Matt, I was like, I'm not gonna fucking run. Like, I'm gonna exchange. Like, I don't care if he has a hard chance. I'm gonna go out there and give him my best. And then there's a ASAP Rocky said, when has it ever been cool to knock somebody down? It's never been cool. Whoever made it cool to belittle somebody or whatever is not cool, right? So that's always in the back of my head. So when I fought Rodtang, and then I felt that success. Not success, but I felt like I won the fight, and everyone's like, "Oh, dude, you did a good job." I was like, "Thanks, man. Appreciate it." You know? Go back home, take care of the wife and kids. And then when I fought Adrian the second time, I was like, we did the training camp. It was probably the toughest training camp, but I started doing things different, right? Like, before, I'm like, I gotta be perfect. I can't have any beer. I can't go watch a concert. I gotta be strict. And I was like, I think the last sparring session after the Adrian fight, I was like, went to a concert, had 2 beers, had a fucking chicken sandwich, and I'm like, I need to enjoy my life because.
Yeah, man. Sometimes you gotta step back and enjoy your life, because you live just one life.
Eventually, I'm going to die, right? And I don't want to be in my deathbed. I was like, man, I was so strict and all that stuff. Like, I want to enjoy my life. And so that right there, from that traumatic thing in my life, it's just shifted my whole perspective. Like, on my birthday, August 13th, my wife was like, "Oh, we didn't get you any alcohol. We just got, all water." And I was like, "No, give me a fucking glass of champagne." Like, I'm 36 years old. Like, I've been doing this for fucking, if I train 8 weeks and I can have one fucking beer and it's going to change my outcome of winning this fight, then I don't deserve to win the fight, I guess. So It is what it is. So I feel like that whole mindset is just made me a better athlete, better fighter.
Because it's released some pressure from you.
Pressure of being perfect, right? And that's how it is. Like, I remember one day I just grappled at New Wave, right? And I was grappling a kid who was 18 years old, and he was fucking working me. And someone who has an ego, we were like, oh, I'm the best fighter in the world. That should never happen. For me, I'm like, dude, you're fucking good. Good job. I'm so excited to see what you've been able to achieve in the 9 years you've been grappling under John Danahan. Like, I'm so happy for you. So proud of you. I want to follow you. I want to follow your career, right? Like, just my whole mindset has just shifted. And yeah, I don't know what it is. I mean, I know what it is. It's that. But for me, that's how I like to look at my fights now. And yeah, it's been making me.
Randy Couture said that once to me.
Yeah.
He was talking about fighting and winning. He's like, so many people put so much pressure on winning. He's like, he goes, you do your best.
Yeah.
He goes, you're trying to win.
Yeah.
And if you lose, the same people who love you, they're still going to love you. You're still going to have your friends.
Yep.
You're going to be okay.
Yeah. And that's like taking my game to the whole new level. Like, I truly believe that. Like, but I believe that. Like, just that mindset of just like, I don't give a fuck what happens. Like, like they're like, who?
Yeah, like that's a point because you release pressure, you know. You just enjoying the moment, and when you relax, like you perform the best.
Who are you gonna fight? Yeah, so I'm like, I don't care. Doesn't change my pay. Doesn't change my outlook on life. Doesn't change me from my end game, which is financial freedom, right? So doesn't care. I don't care who it is. You know, when it is, I just want to make sure that I never lose focus of my end game. And yeah, that's helped me a lot.